Jesus, bloody freezing with this January transfer window open. Do we have to open literally a window? I don't think that's how it works, guys. Hello? Sassuolo. Yes, Sassuolo, that's what I said. No, look, I'm not doing this. What do you want? PEMBELE? Look, like I told Atalanta and Marseille and whoever else has put a bid in, he's not for sale. 9 million, you say? Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Jarun on the Impossible Dream. It is season 6, episode 9 today. We are back in league action. We start with Lokomotiva and Istra, the first two games after the winter break. And, well, the only real thing that's happened, to be honest, that's not true. There's other stuff that's happened. But PEMBELE had a monster bid from Sassuolo in Italy. 7.5 million guaranteed, potentially rising to 9 million. I would be lying if I said I didn't look around and see what we could do in terms of maybe, like replacing him. There wasn't a great deal of right backs. There was one guy that was almost as good, but not quite as good getting forward. And I just thought, no, I don't know that that's what I want to do. So especially if it was the summer, I'd maybe consider it a little bit more. But we're coming into sort of the money time of the season, and I just don't want to take away arguably our best player. So so we rejected it, but he does have a contract to the end of next season, so we're not desperate. We promised him Champions League football, so it may well be we get to the summer, if we haven't got Champions League football next season, that it comes to a natural end and we need to try and sell him. Or it could be we do get Champions League football, in which case we probably don't want to be selling him. So we'll see. We'll just sort of see where everything takes us. Now, a couple of other transfer things that have come to head. Marco Borchman has officially joined us. Still a promising centre-back, so that's always good when you think you're signing a promising centre-back and a promising centre-back actually shows up. So again, we'll see what we get out of him. There's quite a bit to like for an 18-year-old here, I think. So mentally, he looks quite strong. So we're going to see what we get. It was 300 up front, and there is a little bit of an add-on, probably knowing me, 50 potential, so it's 25 grand potentially for an add-on, probably for 50 games or something like that. So yeah, he's not done too much in terms of his career so far, but we'll give him some chances and see how he gets on. And we have made another signing for next season, and that is this guy, Yanis Hamache. Now, he is 29 years old, so he's a little bit older. Now, we've signed him, and it'll probably be the end of Rovis, if I'm honest. Now, I don't usually like signing older players, although 29 is obviously not old, but I think he's going to do okay. Now, I forget the exact deal of the contract, but it's like 12.5 grand a week, but I mean, as an attacking wingback for us, he's got just about everything. He's a really good free kick taker. He's got a long shot as well, good crosser, and he's not terrible defensively either. He's not great. He doesn't have great positioning, doesn't have great decision making, but I think for the most part, he should make up for that going forward. Certainly, I hope so. Anyways, and from a free kick as well, 17 free kicks is brilliant, isn't it? So he gets here next season when his contract officially expires at Dnipro, and he's currently in the Ukraine. So yeah, we'll see what we get from him. Now, his career to date came through at Nice, never really played for them. In fact, he didn't, but he did go to Boavista in Portugal, played there, and then he's gone to Dnipro, and he has played, he's pretty much played there the rest of his career to date. So he's played well in what I'm assuming is the Ukrainian top flight, and that is good. Now, I wonder if this is like in relation to like real life the war that's there right now, and so the league has started up again in 2026. Let's hope it starts up again before that, but let's also hope that Russia doesn't win. Anyway, that's getting sidetracked, isn't it? So it is back to league action. A quick reminder of how the league table looks. We have had a remarkable, in a way, the winter break came at the worst possible time, didn't it? We have had a remarkable run of form, and we've got ourselves back into contention for Europe. Outside chance of being back in contention for the title. And yeah, it was going very well. So we're just going to see if we can pick up where we left off now. So let's see what we're doing here away to Lokomotiva. And we can see here we're expecting a 4-2-3-1 out of them. And this is the team that we are sending out now. We've got them on the Saturday. We've got Istra on Wednesday. And then Istra again. We've got a double sort of back-to-back. Our game in hand is the midweek one that we'll show. So that is that. Oh, the other thing is Okanji, or whatever his name is, the backup goalkeeper. He it was only a 6-month loan, which I didn't realise. So he's gone back. So Sakanji is back to being the backup, which is fine. So Ayasa in goal. Damjanic and Williams will be the back two for this one. Pembele and Rovis go down the wings. Sithole, Bosniak, Palumbo, Skoko, Fillet, and Matanovic will be the rest of the team. And then obviously with the game coming up against Istra in 4 days' time, 3 days' time, we'll rotate heavily for that. Alright, so we can see the team sheets here. Now the transfer window has just opened like a couple of days before this one. So there's unlikely people have done too much. Obviously the Borchman, that was his name, wasn't it? That deal was already more or less done. I want to see a better performance from you today. Now, of course, we left off before the winter break, didn't we? By kind of stinking the place out against Groningen. So we do want to be a little bit better, a lot better than that even. So yeah, we'll see how we go here. But yeah, I do think the new wingback for next season is potentially quite good. Now Bracalo has signed an extension. It kind of comes down to Bracalo and Rovis. And Bracalo is improving a little bit, whereas Rovis... The thing with Rovis is that he has proven to be much, much better than I thought he was going to be. Is he good enough to keep going with us? I mean, his performances on field would certainly suggest yes, but if we do just have a quick look at Bracalo, we can see that he's starting to train on a little bit, because he did have a broken leg when he first joined us. If we go to Rovis... He's good. He's good for where we are, but is he good enough to take us where we're going to go? And I mean, well, that's a subjective thing, and I've got to decide that. It might come down a little bit to what sort of fee can we get. If we can get a bigger fee for Bracalo potentially, then maybe that's what we do. As Rovis picks off a pass there, we've got Bosniak now on the ball. Back to Williams. Forward for Bosniak, who gives it away. And we come back the other way now. What we don't ideally need to do here is fall behind to Lokomotiva. Williams, oh, he didn't need to do that. He didn't need to do that. He's essentially assisted the goal with a wonderful back heel right into the path of Wagbay there, who is a decent player, to be fair. We've looked at signing him as well. I mean, what is that, Williams? I mean, it's absolute class if that's what he's tried to do, but, well, it better not have been what he was trying to do. Oh, I can't believe that. Well, it's early on, still lots of time to come back. Aussie are losing. Aussie are falling in a heap, so that's a good sign for us. Here we go. Rovis with a throw. Matanovic to Bosniak. This is how the last highlight started, isn't it? Bosniak gives it away again. He might need to come off here, I think. I wonder... Oh, Williams that time does well. Let's not exploit the middle here, because it looks a little bit like we're getting just shut down through the middle of the park. So we'll try and not do that, as a ball is not particularly well cleared there. And thankfully that highlight comes to an end. Let's try and demand more. More defending to do. I mean, this is Groningen all over again, really, isn't it? Oh, he has scored a few against us as well as old Tushi there. Alright, what can we do? We're trying to trap them inside, but you wouldn't know it, because their wingers are playing their best, the best of anybody. As Oziak, speaking of falling in a heap, are now 3-2 up. Alright, let's berate them. That's enough of this. Come on, boys. 63% possession, and it's not particularly working for us, is it? But we do have another highlight. Again, it's one that starts with us in possession. Again, it shows us giving the ball away. And I think... Oh, goodness. Okay, I think we need to have a rethink. Alright, we'll lower the tempo down. They are... I'm not sure what they're doing, but they're making us look a little bit silly right now. Here we go again. Can we have a highlight where we don't give away the ball? Bosniak gets it wide for Pembele. Skoko, nice one there for Fillet. Fillet tries to bend one. Just can't quite get it on target. Alright, so we have been a little bit unlucky there. We've had essentially 70% possession. And we don't necessarily deserve to be behind. So we'll tell them they're unlucky. We'll fist pump and say, get out there and show everyone you can win this game. PEMBELE is maybe had his head turned a little bit. Skoko's not really been in the game at all. We'll give everybody a chance to recover things here. Bosniak is frustrated and on a booking. PEMBELE is not looking particularly good. The problem, of course, was that Dekic is still coming back from his broken leg. No, arm, wasn't it, for Dekic? As that is over everybody. Comes back in and... it is... well, it's a lot of things. I don't know what they are, but it's not football. Alright, so we are going to make wholesale changes here. Bosniak, off you go, mate. You can be replaced by... what are you playing? Deep line playmaker. You can be replaced by... am I going to go Allmarkic? No, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go in here and we'll do it this way. PEMBELE is going to go and replace you. Kakavenga is going to replace you. PEMBELE has to play. He just has to play. The young kid can come on for Skoko, who is continuing to not be good since he got his new song that we're just waiting to play out. And I don't want to bring this guy on for PEMBELE. I just don't want to do it. Yeah, so we won't. We'll berate them again. And let's see if we can get anything going. Matanovic, stinking the place out. You can come off for Turpic. Alright, PEMBELE, you can't stay on, mate. You just can't. So, what can we do? Do we just bring the kid on? Maybe we've just got to bring him on. Can Santiago play out there, maybe? Borchman's got a left foot, and so I don't want to play... alright, we'll bring Bacalo on. The thing is, he can't do any worse, can he? PEMBELE might get himself sent off before we even have to worry about it. Kakavenga gets it wide. Rovis does well to keep it in. Palumbo for Savage. I think that's what I said his name was. Kakavenga. Come on, mate. Can he get a cross in? Kakavenga. He's done brilliantly. Kakavenga. Can he? Oh, it's goal of the season if he unleashes himself. He did so well. Alright, that's more like it. Come on. It's only 1-0. I mean, it feels like we've been completely outplayed here, but it is only 1-0. Let's start to shoot on sight, and let's exploit the flanks. Alright. Bacalo is on. Sit hole. Little bit of space. Back post, Rovis. Rovis takes a touch and then sticks it away, and it is 1-1. Somehow this game is 1-1. And, yeah, well, that is needed. Yeah, Rovis just backing away all the time in the world. I thought he might hit it first time, but he even had enough time to take a touch and then bury it. Really, really good finish from him. And now Reece Williams is looking nervous. Can we turn this thing around? Savage, good ball for Turpic. Turpic is in behind, and Gary Turpic, he's second of the season, our second of the game, and we have turned it around. And they gifted that one to us in truth, didn't they? It was Siraj, and yeah, it's just a horrible back pass, and Turpic did not need a second invitation. And it is 2-1. Let's give them some praise and try and build a bit of confidence now. We've got a corner to defend. Demjanic is there, and then the second ball straight to Ayasa. Is that the highlight? No, we're going to continue. Williams. He's got Bacalo on his outside. He uses him. Bacalo cuts in as you would expect him to do. Palumbo back to Bacalo. Phillips making a nice run. Can Bacalo cross with his right foot? Not really. Palumbo in there for Savage. Savage for Rovis! Oh, and Rovis gets his second of the game. And what about Siraj there? What a player he's going to be for us. Had the composure in front of goal, not to just put his foot through it like I would have. But look up, see Rovis, and, well, we can't sell Rovis, can we? Maybe I shouldn't have signed this other guy. You have Bracalo and Rovis just doing bits for us right now. And suddenly it's 3-1. What were we worried about? Very, very nicely done. And, yeah, like I say, I don't know what, if it was us, if it was them, but it just wasn't working that first, well, more than the first half even. It was the first 3 quarters of the game. But Rovis got the goal almost out of the blue, and then 6 minutes later, it's 3-1. So that was a very, very nice turnaround indeed. And, yeah, maybe I'll take a little bit of credit for some substitutions there. And so there we go. Aussie did end up winning, but so did we. There's a bit of a gap developing now to Hajduk, isn't there? So that's good. And of course, we've opened a 10-point gap now over Lokomotiva as well. So super sub, Gary Turpie. Screen print that one, mate. Or Turpich, I suppose it is, isn't it? Rovis with a double. Yeah, the lesser spotted Rovis double. And that is huge, isn't it? I take the plaudits. Thank you, Gatska, whatever your name. All right, it's Istra next. We've got about 2 days gap before that game, so we'll go and run around in a pool, and I'll see you for Istra. All right, welcome back. This is the game in hand. We are at home to Istra. Now, they have sacked their manager. It is a different manager to the Istra manager that we faced, I think, almost since the start. He'd been there, Pemic, I think his name was. He'd been there for a long, long time. Now, we're expecting a 4-2-3-1 out of them, inside and inverted wingers as forwards, though, so we will probably want to make sure that we are trapping them on the outside. And this is the team that we are sending out. Now, Bracalo has a heavy match load. Rovis does not, but Rovis is tied, so we'll have to go with Bracalo. Noah Skoko. Okay, hang on a second. I really didn't think this through, did I? Okay, so Noah can take a rest with his heavy match load. He's not playing well either, is he? All right, you know what, Noah? Let's have a word to you. Let's just have a quick word about standards. What do we want? Recent form. You can't argue with that, so that's something. Let's hope we get a performance out of him here then. So, yes, they're in goal. Triantis and Santiago will be the back two. Herlinovic is going to be the right back with Bracalo down the left. Brigic, Ormarkic, and Kafkavenga will be in midfield. Skoko in behind, Akbasli and Visinton. And, yeah, let's see if we can put off, or knock off, I should say, the bottom side of the league. All right, so we can see the team sheets here. Do we see any names we recognise? This guy was at Dynamo. We looked at signing him, but he's not quite good enough for us right now, but he is still a good player. Speaking of Dynamo, actually, they've also lost their manager. Now, I don't think they sacked him. I think he left to go somewhere else. I want to say Spain, but I don't know why I think that. I forgot to check who exactly it was. But yeah, so there's potentially some instability there for Dynamo now as well. So let's hope that yeah, that's exactly what happens, and that's another team that might be ever so slightly easier for us to chase down at the top of the league. So we've got 2 games against them coming up here in a couple of days. It's the Tuesday, and I think we play them again on the Saturday. So we've had a very quick turnaround from that game against Lokomotiva on the Saturday. That's what, Sunday, Monday, and then here we are playing again. I think the quick turnaround for us playing against the same team helps us because we have a team we can put out that's stronger than this. So if we can win at home with this team, we can then go to their place with a stronger team, and hopefully, you know, they'll have to put out the same sort of players, and we'll be able to knock them off. So, yeah, we'll wait and see exactly if that is how things play out. As Triantis looked a little bit agricultural, but we come away with the ball. And here is Triantis. Goes back to Ayasa to Santiago. Not really ever played Santiago in a back two before. He was injured for the most part from when we sort of started playing this way a little bit more. So we'll see what we get from him. Hopefully a decent performance. There's a good ball for Visinton. Visinton's got 3 to close him down. And as we've come to expect from Visinton from time to time, not always the greatest in front of goal, which is, I don't think, what we were expecting from him. He is a very, very good player, in theory. We just need him to start showing us. Visinton has hit the side netting. No, he didn't. He hit the goalkeeper's hands. It was a save. Kakavenga now, no doubt, going towards the back post. Who's back there? It's going to be another corner, is it? Yes. Triantis is decent in the air. He has 17 jumping reach. Santiago himself, I don't think, is terrible. As we again go right into the mix-up. It's put back in nice and quickly, but we can't get up for it in time, and that is... Oh, Vissington was offside. So again, dominating possession, but not necessarily creating a great deal with it, apart from that one Vissington chance. Let's try a focus, maybe. That's overwhelmed them. Of course it has. So have we come back from the winter break, and this formation that was working for us so well beforehand suddenly is not getting the job done for us? Do we need to go back now to having the back three and no number 10? Cross comes in. It is just over. You'll notice Dekic is on the bench. He's just come back from his broken arm, so we weren't going to get 90 minutes out of him. We'll probably bring him on at half-time. Of course, he is the better player, obviously, in that right back position or right wing back position. As that didn't look a mile away, did it? It's difficult to know, isn't it? Dominating possession again. Let's try berating. Kakavenga has got a twisted knee, so we'll need to take him off at half-time. And that's all been a little flat, hasn't it? So we're not... Let's go with unlucky again. We'll fist pump and do all that kind of thing. And I'll have to have a little think about what we do here. Alright, so we're not going to change anything too much tactically. The subs that we're making, Dekic comes on, so two I sort of said, Kakavenga goes off. Olmarkic goes over to play as a Mazzella. So we'll see how he gets on there. It may be that he needs to come off for somebody as well. And Bosniak will go in and play as the deep-lying playmaker. So we'll give this a little bit of time to see if it works. Bit of extra pace out wide in Dekic. A little bit of extra passing ability in there with Bosniak. And we've not seen much of a change. So here we go. We've got some defending to do. Dekic gets back nicely. And let's see if we can go and attack them now. Triantis. Wide for Bracalo. Bracalo goes forward. Nice ball for Vissington. He's in. He's got Akbali with him. He goes himself, and Vissington. His 10th of the season. And considering I feel like he's been a disappointment, 10 goals isn't bad, is it? And we have taken a lead early in the second half. It was a good ball, wasn't it? Into the channel there by Bracalo. Vissington's first touch got him free of the defence. And his second touch, he sort of bent it around and over the keeper and in the back of the net, which is the important thing. So let's give them some praise. And yeah, let's hope that we sort of settle down a little bit now, perhaps. So that moves us to third in the league, a point behind Osiak. Skoko now taking a corner. He gets one over to the back post. It is down for Akbali, and Akbali gets his 8th of the season. In off the post, 2-0. And that might be as good a reason as any to start making one or two other subs, given that we're going to be playing these guys again. Although in truth, with the possible exception of Skoko, there's not really anybody that's going to play in the next one anyway. Bosniak would have. We can go Palumbo and Kakavenga as the two in midfield, I would have thought. We probably would like to give Turpic some game time. It might come down to who we'd like to give game time to here as much as anything. So we'll take Vissington off for him. We could give you some game time. So let's take Olmarkic off for him. Yeah, and it's only 2 goals, so we don't want to start mucking around with the defence too much, I don't think. And can Vissington get another one to make it look like I'm taking him off when he's on a hat-trick? Brigic picks up a loose ball. Bosniak for Skoko. Skoko for Iafiki. Vissington's offside. Let's not get too excited there. It is his second, if it counts. I think he's offside. And he is. Loves an offside, does Vissington. Pipo Vissington, yeah. Just early, wasn't it? It wasn't a mile in it. He's just lent to go a split second too early. But, yeah, if we can hold on to this now, it's obviously going to be happy days. Another 3 points. Yago has got what? What's the wrong? He's got an injury of some sort. All right, so let's get... Borchman played for the kids. All right, let's get Kondrich on. Let's hope that he doesn't let us down. He's only young. I think he's 17 now. He's on debut as well. Come on, boys. Let's see this through. It has been a little... Has it been more convincing than Lokomotiva? I'm not sure. I mean, Lokomotiva, the last 15 minutes was kind of the difference, wasn't it? This one... Yeah, well, we've got the 3 points, I suppose, and that's the main thing. But you wouldn't accuse us of being massively convincing in either game. So, 20 games played now across the league, and we are 5 points off top. We have the best goal difference, and European football is looking pretty good now for next season, isn't it? But, yeah, we need to try and run down... Well, top 2 is Champions League, so at a minimum second. And, of course, we've more or less done that, haven't we? We're only a point back, so it's a damaged foot for Santiago. That is not ideal. Kakavenga is a twisted knee, so there goes the plan of him playing in midfield. Kondrich makes his professional debut, and that is more or less that. So, guys, if you have enjoyed that, winter break came at the wrong time, didn't it? We did look a little bit disjointed there. I think what we'll do is we will come back for... I mean, Dinamo and Aussie, that's the 2 teams above us in the league right now. I think we come back for those 2, don't we? And then maybe we do round of 16 and Hajduk, and then we'll see how this tie, how the first tie goes, if we need the second leg or not. And then we'll kind of go from there. But I do think Dinamo and Aussie, not that long to go in the season. They're 2 big games, both at home as well, aren't they? All right, guys, I'll see you for those. Take care.